In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about functions in Bash. Now, functions is a group of code that performs tasks. And to create a function in Bash, we do it like this. So I'm going to open my text editor, and also remember our file is bash.sh. So my old code is still here. Remember to press insert and we clean this old code, and we start by creating a function. So to create a function, we start with func. I think I'm going to name it func new. Then our curly brackets, then first our brackets, then second our curly brackets. So let's say I'm going to print echo hello world. So this is a function, and to call out our function, all you have to do is just to write the name like this, func new, and like that you have called out your function. So let's run /bash.sh and it prints out hello world. You see, it's pretty easy. So to call out a variable, you put a $sign, but to call out a function, you just write the name of the function. And remember, you call out a function after the function. You can't call out a function when you have not actually built the function. So we can try more examples on function for this, but I'm going to go straight to explaining constant variables and local variables. So to create a variable that only exists in a function, so I'm going to vi to my bash. Now, to create a variable that only exists in a function, we use local to create that variable. So I'm going to move to my vi.bash, vi bash, and create a local variable for you. So to create a local variable, remember to put your insert, and we use local, then name our variable. Let's say our variable var1, then this is a local variable, and of course we are going to call it out with echo var1, right? And we call it width, and when we run the script, shall we say this is a local variable. So this local means that it only appears in the function. If you use var1 someplace outside that function, it won't work. For example, let's say I come outside the function here and print out echo var1 outside the function. Let's see what it writes for me. So I'm going to print it, and it doesn't print out var1. Why? Because it's the var1 is a local variable. So local variable only exists in a function. That's why I said I'm going to introduce it when we work on functions. So apart from that, we have what we call a constant variable. Now, a constant variable is a type of variable that appears in every part of your file. It is constant in that script. That is, it cannot be changed. It's already there. It can appear in any function. It can appear any way you want it to be. It's constant, like the name suggests, constant. So let's check it out and run it. So I'm going to create a constant variable at the beginning of the file. To create a constant variable, use read only. Then we write the constant variable's name. Let's say the name of the variable is constvar equals to, this is a constant variable, and let's say I'll call out the variable in this function and also call it out in another function for you. So let's say I'll echo transfer. That's the name. Transfer. Not only that, I'll also echo it, echo transfer. And I think I'm also actually going to name another function. The name of my function will be old func. My functions have useless names, I know. Old func. Purpose of this, I'm going to show you echo var1 here and also echo const var. Let's see what actually works. Echo var1, which shouldn't work, and echo const var, which should work. So let's run it. And here, hello world, this is a local variable, this is a constant variable, this is a constant variable. So how many constant variable did you actually see in this file? So here we call that a const var here, we call that a const var here, we call that a const var here. So this one didn't actually, second one didn't work because we didn't call out the function. It's our mistake. So I'm going to call out this function. I think this is the name, old func, and let's rerun it. And yes, it worked. Hello world, there are 3 constant variables here, but only one local variable. The second local variable didn't come out. Why? Because it is a local variable, so the local variable won't actually come out due to it's only made for that function. But the constant variable all showed up. Now I want to check something now. What will we do, or what will happen to the constant variable if we change, or if we add another variable with the name of that constant variable? For example, let me show you. What I actually mean is, what if another variable has the name of your constant variable? So let's say I came here and created a variable const var and named it string. This is a fake constant variable, and we close it and we run it. Sorry, that's slash bash. I'm also used to this instead of pressing it. So let's say, as you can see, it didn't run it because it's a read only variable. You can't change a read only variable. The read only variable will always be there. If you write another variable with this name, it won't work. So as far as the name is there, you can't change another variable with that name. So that's what I wanted to show you guys here, in case you guys will actually make a mistake trying to name a variable with const var. So I'll clean here and we actually run it, and you see it worked. So this is how constant variables and local variables work inside a function. Our next video is going to be conditional statements, and after conditional statements we'll be talking about loops, and think that will be, and maybe write a simple script before I end this series for you. So I promised you guys, if you don't want to be running your bash script with // and also with maybe the .sh, this is how you are going to actually do it like this. So let me create a new bash file. Let's say I'll create a new first. I'll call this first without the .sh, and when I name it, remember I for insert, then bin stroke bash. So I'll echo hello world. Don't worry about the color, it's going to actually change later. So I call it width, then I'll save it, and also I'll change the modifications to sudo chmod 700 first and clear. If you open the first now, you see that since it's already a bash script, it has changed the color because I have saved it and it's a bash script. So to run it now, sorry, it's exclamation. So to run it, you can, if you run first, it won't actually work. So what you have to do is you have to copy it to a user stroke bin stroke bash, but we don't have this user stroke bin stroke bash, so we are going to create it. But as for me, I've already created it, but you can't, we don't need to create the file or the folder. As you are copying it, it creates it, right? So what you actually need to type in is cp first user stroke bin. Don't forget to write sudo. If you are not a root, write sudo and it will create it. So when you now run your first, sorry, sudo, you see you have to really be a root. It's write hello world. So from next video I'm going to be root and to change to root, and so that you won't actually be suffering to be changing back. You just write sudo I and you change to root Chubby, and this is my root. So I'm going to be using root from now, and this is how we are going to be running our scripts as first. So see you in the next video, and thank you.